you could there. Okay, they were talking about on the forums. There are melee. Like, okay, he doesn't go up and like poke him with a knife. He does have melee range abilities. The Demon Hunter. Like Fan of Knives is melee range. There's no way around that.
Right.
A lot of their like Grenade might as well be melee. He drops it like right in front of him. Like a lot of you could have a close range Demon Hunter. I don't know. There's just a lot of things that opened up with that idea. It's kind of cool.
It expands the options now. Because I mean, you have the Barbarian who can hold swords, shields, axes, mauls, and then like the Amazon, she's got what, bows and javazons and crossbows. And now we have like these different areas where you can customize, and it's just like anyone who wants to do whatever they want can.
And let's be honest. Anyone using a crossbow, they're only using the Breeza, and that was just because they hadn't found a wind force yet. So
pretty much.
It was pretty much bows or javelins.
This crossbow or this bow. That's it.
Yeah. And then if you were using bows, then there was like 2 choices. But anyways, so it just feels like there's going to be a lot more customizing with. You'll see a variety of different Demon Hunters, which is sweet. Instead of, oh look, it's a Amazon with a javelin that's shooting lightning all over the place. I haven't seen that before.
How original!
Look, it's a Boazon with 1,000,000 plus 1,000,000 to multi-shot and freezing arrow. Holy my gosh!
Mind is blown.
Like I just think it would be cool seeing a Demon Hunter with a one-handed crossbow and a shield. It's just like such a mind trip from the ranged bow archetype. I don't think in any game I've ever seen that where they use a bow and a one-handed bow. Like, granted, in some games like Ranger, you'll have them with a bow and then a one-handed sword and a shield. They've never had a one-handed crossbow and a shield.
Though the question with that, there will be depending on how they go with it, it might just end up being, it's like, well, if you go one-handed, if you go with crossbow, shield, really what you're doing is you're gaining the benefit of a shield and maybe not necessarily taking full advantage, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying it could end up being that the bow or the crossbow shield combination doesn't really end up being a compelling, unique situation, and more just that person doesn't like dying.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, just to interject here. With what we were talking earlier, there was an edit on the Q&A there. They apparently they misunderstood the reason the Demon Hunter went back to animations was there was problems to the camera angle for the website.
Oh.
It looked weird on the website apparently, or the camera angle, so they have to carry on.
Well, there we go.
One thing I was going to say that the article brought to mind when I first read it was you see an in-depth glimpse of the skill tree to some degree, because they're talking about 2 main sources. You have the range powerhouse kind of berserker equivalent to the barbarian, and then you have preparation, which is traps, grenades, things like that, which are going to have longer cooldowns and function like that. So the thought that came to me was, what is the third aspect? Because trees are always subdivided into 3. What do you guys think?
I have no idea.
Healing.
Yeah. The Demon Hunter will be the dedicated healer.
We got our healer.
It's you got like some of that really like lame Star Wars lore with the green force lightning that heals people.
No, you just shoot them with arrows and it heals them.
You shoot it with
exactly
healing arrows.
Healing guided arrows. With piercing.
It's like, are these like magic ethereal arrows? No, they're real arrows. They just heal when they hit you. They still hurt though.
Ow, knock it off. Shut up, I'm healing you. It feels good.
Shut up, I'm healing you.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, I wish there was, just for one game, I wish there was team damage so I could shoot my ally, and when they say stop, tell them to shut up because I'm healing them. Shut up, I'm healing you.
What do I think? I'm trying to think of what the third tree could even be. I mean, you get sort of the traps. Archery.
They didn't even. Did they have the skill trees in? They did. I thought that they were talking about their resource when they were talking about preparation and that.
Yeah, they did do a little bit of a discussion on the resource, but they don't really tell you much about it.
It seems like they don't even know what to do, because they're like, well, these are the 2 aspects, like the Demon Hunter dark side of them plus preparation. So we want to incorporate that into the resource, but I'm like, how are you going to do that?
Like I say, what it sounds like is the shoot 'em up aspect is going to be governed by something like, the more successive hits or something like that. And then the other side is just going to be pure cooldowns. You can cast this whenever the time's up. I don't know. They didn't really sound sure, like you say. But like I say, it still makes me wonder what the third aspect might be, because Melee's already out. They already said they're not doing it.
Yeah, I still think that they should go with kind of a tug of war idea for their resource. But that's just me. And I don't. I've heard dozens and dozens of ideas. I just thought that, but that was more of a balance between traps and shots. It was this idea that I'd pitched out about, the traps would generate and shots would consume.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
But it then kind of forces you into
what about
exactly?
Yeah. Then what do you do
have
if
to
you
go
want
traps and shooting?
Yeah, and that was kind of the fact that there's no sort of baseline of, okay, you will absolutely have at least this available to you, kind of kiboshes the idea of doing that.
Yeah.
Because, they don't have control over
if they want to use traps or not.
Over a minimum, yeah. And if you wanted to be a full-fledged, bow-focused demon hunter, then it's like, oh, well, I kind of still have to have Bola just so that I actually have energy to shoot with.
Right.
And that then becomes really lame, whereas a fully trap-centered one is like, I can just do whatever I want. So I mean, it's certainly not a good idea, or certainly not a flawless idea, but I don't know.
Yeah, when I thought about it, I kind of thought about in the reverse. I figured normal shots would probably generate energy for traps, considering the magnitude of what you could do with a trap versus a regular shot. But aside from that, the third aspect I think that could happen might be something along the lines of the shadow aspect of them.
I was gonna say, this is like proof. This is why Blizzard games take so long. I mean, look at us. What could the third thing be? Oh, we don't know. I mean, they don't either. They're coming up with this new character, so they have to come up with all these new ideas and ways to solve these problems. And let's be real here. This is what they talk about every day, the same things we are. They're like, okay, we have a resource for this guy. Now let's work on this resource. What do? Let's try this tug of war thing. Oh, no, that doesn't work for this reason. Let's try a different route. How can we fix it? It's iteration.
Iteration.
And lots of it.
I love that word.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things.
Much, it's the reason why we're all here, is because Blizzard actually tests stuff, tries it, scraps it if it doesn't work. A lot of companies will just stick with something because they spent time doing it.
Exactly. Or they're running out of money. They don't have, the resources Blizzard has to take their time with games. They have a deadline that they have to meet, so they're just going to push out a product that isn't quite what it could be or what it should be.
That's it.
That's why it takes forever. So, give them a freaking bone here, people. I have this article sitting in front of me, PC Gamer Magazine, the one I just got in the mail today. It's How Blizzard Changed the World, and it's celebrating their 20th year. And it's true, man. I mean, the reason Blizzard is king of computer gaming right now is because of the time they take with their games and the passion and the quality of them. Everything that they put into it, I mean, it shows in the end result. So I'm tired. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, they're taking too long, So many people are like, just hurry up and release the game. And just shut up. It'll be done when it's done, dude.
I think one of the funnier things that Bashiak has said recently was somebody pointed out the development timeline, or they tried to speculate the development timeline, and they're like, World of Warcraft was announced at this time and was released at this time, and they're like, how do you explain that? And Bashiak's just like, because WoW was in development since '98.
Nice. That's pretty spectacular.
WoW is the top of the MMO market right now. How do you explain that? Because they took their time making it, sir.
But I keep seeing those commercials that say we're not in Azeroth anymore.
Yeah, you go play outside of Azeroth and tell me how long it takes for you to come back to Azeroth.
Oh, good old Rift. We'll see what's going on with you, buddy.
Yeah, good luck balancing like 48 classes.
Oh, God.
That.
Hey, it worked great for Warhammer. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So in other news, it's just a couple of new screenshots.
Yep. They listen to the show. They're like, oh, you guys just want tiny little screenshots every week. We can do that. Just like our Facebook.
Yeah, like
We'll pump
there's some new some ones on their website for a couple of the the male Demon Hunter screenshots.
Mhm.
There's ones from that Q&A, and then there's a couple on their Facebook page.
Yep. That Facebook demon is pretty awesome.
Yeah, he is.
The unnamed one by Josh Tallman. Freaking rad. So if you have not liked Diablo on Facebook, you should do that. And check those screenshots out because they're pretty rad. And there's another one of like the female monk interrupting one of those vessel rituals.
I love that screenshot.
Dude.
So epic.
It is.
They're fun. It's always a race. You come into a room and they're starting that chant. You're like, kill them.
Oh,
kill them before they finish. Get them.
It looks so fun.
You're like running from guys. So you have like guys chasing you. Get in there. You're like, oh, there's the ritual plus a bunch more. Yeah, you're about to have a whole bunch of nasty guys on your butt pretty quick.
That's fun right there. So fun.
So want to play the monk right now. It's not even.
I just want to play the game.
BlizzCon 2011 was announced.
I'm
going. You guys going?
Oh, of course
You're
I
going?
am. Yes, I have to go.
Yeah,
Even if it brings me into debt.
That's what credit card. That's what credit cards are for.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm
Pay
definitely going.
for it later. Enjoy. I'll pay for it later.
Oh no, I'm definitely going. I'm bringing my girlfriend too. She's gonna come.
Yep. Same.
She'd be like, "Oh wow, this is amazing. I need to play this." I'm like, "Telling you, don't even know." She's like, "I think when Diablo 3 comes out, I'm gonna play WoW," and I'm like, "No, you're gonna play Diablo 3 with me."
Fantastic.
But we'll see. Let's see. I think I had some other news outside of that PC Gamer article, which is pretty excellent. I haven't read through the whole thing. I just got it today. But if there's anything cool in there, I will let you know next show. I heard my girlfriend read it, and she said that China outlawed gold farming or something like that because the government feared that WoW would become like the currency and overtake money. And I was like, whoa.
Holy.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, if a game company can affect a way a country runs things, I mean, they're doing something right. That's all I'm saying.
Well, especially a country that has the largest population on the planet.
That just blows my mind.
Well, because right now China is...
Yeah.
Right now, China is talking about going from their fixed currency to the gold standard, which would put them on the international money exchange, like currency exchange. And I just suddenly got these flashes of like suddenly, the Dow and the TSE and the New York Stock Exchange are like, and wow, gold is up 32 points.
World of Warcraft currency makes it to the stock market. Oh, kill me!
Hey,
the ensuing crash when they suddenly all these investors realize, wait a second, we can generate this infinitely just by grinding furballs.
That is crazy. And I've been saying, ever since there was an article a while back about how the vast majority in that context does come from China. It's crazy.
Chinese gold farms.
Yeah. Here lately, I've actually been following a lot of the tech news that goes on. Do you guys hear about the claims that China was hacking the Canadian government?
No.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, they actually do deny it, obviously, but it's there. It came from servers in China, so you're just kind of going.
That doesn't make it the Chinese government. That someone in China is trying to hack. I right now assume that someone somewhere on a server farm in China is trying to hack everyone. So
that's true.
Well, that's true, but I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, would this person be able to hack the Canadian government that easily? I mean, I'm not saying that the Canadian government is
I'm
full
sure
of
our cyber mounties on their cyber horses would be able to defend them. I mean, we could always just get into a cyber canoe. And that's how hacking works, right?
What's there to hack? I don't even get that. What's there to hack?
You want to steal their maple syrup or what?
Don't chop our trees down. Don't hack our trees down.
I just pulled up the article.
What does China want with you guys anyways? They practically own the United States. Are you guys just like next on the map? Like, oh, we got the United States. Let's go.
No, we're just buddies. We go way back.
All right, here's part of the article right here. Chinese hackers were accused of gaining access to an abundance of highly classified federal information from the Canadian government. The attack, first detected last month, was initially mentioned by the government as an attempt to access their computers. Hackers were, however, successful in their attempts. Canada's two major economic departments, the Finance Department and Treasury Board, were the main victims of the attack. So